My siblings demanded I share my inheritance, so I kept it all. And they learned a hard lesson. I'm Lucas Brooks, 36, an architect in Boston, and this is the story of how my family's greed nearly broke me, but also how I found my strength. I design buildings, homes, offices, spaces that last. My office in the Back Bay is a cluttered nook with blueprints pinned to the walls, a coffee mug with a faded Red Sox logo, and a photo of my mom, Rachel, from her last birthday. She left me her entire $1 million inheritance, her house, savings, everything, because I cared for her through her final years of cancer. My siblings, Emma and Michael, demanded I share it, called me selfish, and tried to guilt me into giving up what I'd earned. I honored Mom's wishes, kept it all, and their greed cost them dearly. It hurt, it was messy, but it taught me who I am. Emma, 40, and Michael, 38, were barely there for Mom when she was sick. Emma's married to Tom, 42, a car salesman who always backed her up. Dad, James, 68, a retired carpenter with a gravelly laugh, tried to stay neutral, urging peace. Peace? I was drowning in their demands. Emma and Michael claimed they deserved Mom's wealth, ignoring the nights I spent at the hospital, cooking her favorite chicken soup, managing her meds. Their entitlement stung, but I vowed to protect Mom's legacy, her trust in me. Growing up in our Dorchester home, a creaky two-story with a sagging porch, I was never the favorite. Emma got new clothes, Michael got sports camp, while I got, "Lucas, you're fine." I paid for college at UMass with construction jobs, built my career sketching late nights. My apartment in Jamaica Plain is small. Wood floors, a lumpy couch, a view of the Arborway's trees. I'd helped Mom plenty. $10,000 for her medical bills, $5,000 for her mortgage when she couldn't work. Family, right? You give, even when it's one-sided. My best friend, Sophie Larson, 35, a lawyer with a sharp wit, saw their greed early. We'd grab coffee at a shop in the South End, and she'd say, "Keep what's yours, Lucas." Their friend Lisa, 37, a realtor with a loud laugh, spread rumors. "Lucas is hoarding the money." Hoarding? I was Mom's rock. My boss, Anna, 45, trusted my work, handing me a big condo project. "You're a star," she'd say, her office buzzing with plans. Star? I was a son in crisis, barely holding it together. It was a chilly Boston evening, the kind where the wind bites. I was at Dad's house in Dorchester for a family meeting, the living room smelling of his old pipe tobacco, photos of Mom on the mantel. Emma slammed the table, her bracelets jangling. "You're hogging Mom's money," she snapped. Michael nodded, his jaw tight. "We deserve our share." My chest tightened, the air heavy. "Mom chose me," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. "I was there for her." Dad sighed, his flannel shirt frayed. "Work it out, kids." Work it out? They hadn't visited Mom in years. Tom sneered, "Don't be selfish, Lucas." Selfish? I'd been her lifeline. Hospital runs, late-night talks, holding her hand. I called Sophie afterward, my voice shaky, pacing my apartment, the radiator clunking. "They're greedy," she said, blunt over the hum of the coffee shop. "Protect the estate." Anna texted, "Stay strong, Lucas." Strong. My gut churned. I met Dad at his place, evidence in hand, hospital logs showing my visits. "They're lying about Mom," I said. He sighed, his hands rough from years of work. "Don't break the family." Break? They were tearing it apart. Then I found it, an email Emma sent Tom, complaining about wasting time on Mom but wanting her cash. Cash. They'd ignored her pain. I showed it to Sophie over coffee. "Use this," she said, her eyes fierce. I dug deeper, finding texts. Michael to Lisa, bragging about forcing Lucas to share. Forcing? My blood boiled. Lisa posted online. Lucas cheated his siblings. Cheated? I'd carried Mom's burden alone. I wrestled with it. Loyalty to family, duty to Mom, rage at their lies. Why were they so entitled? Mom trusted me, her final smiles, her will naming me. I wasn't giving that up. Emma didn't stop. At a family barbecue in Dad's backyard, the smell of burgers thick, she told cousins, "Lucas stole Mom's money." My jaw clenched. "That's a lie," I said, firm, holding a beer I didn't drink. Michael smirked. "Share, or we'll fight." Fight? Mom wasn't their bank. Lisa whispered to relatives. Lucas ignored Mom. Ignored? I'd fed her daily. I confronted Emma at her house in Quincy, showing her email. "Why demand what you didn't earn?" I asked. She laughed, cold, her coffee mug steaming. "You're twisting things." "Twisting?" Michael chimed in. "We're family. We get a cut." Family? The rumors hit my work. Anna overheard Lisa's gossip at a client meeting. Lucas is dishonest. My throat tightened. My reputation was at stake. I called Sophie, pacing my office. Boston's skyline gray outside. "They're trying to ruin me," I said, my voice catching. "They won't," she said. "Get legal." I was torn. Part of me wanted to give them something, keep the peace, but Mom's will was clear. Was I being too hard? Or were they? I found Ethan Cole online, a business lawyer with a rep for tough cases. We met at a cafe in the North End, the smell of espresso grounding me, snow flurrying outside. I laid it out: the inheritance, Emma's demands, Michael's threats. Ethan's eyes narrowed, his coffee untouched. "The estate's in your name? No shared claims?" I nodded. "All mine, $1 million Mom's will." He grinned. "They've got no case, but we'll dig. They're desperate." He got to work. I texted my colleague Mark about a new project. "Big presentation soon," I said. He replied, "You've got this." I called Anna. "I'm pushing forward." She was supportive. A plan was forming, not to hurt, but to protect. Emma and Michael pushed harder. They showed up at my office, no warning. Emma in a flashy coat, Michael stern, his tie loose. "Lucas," Emma said, leaning on my desk, "you owe us $200,000. I blinked, stunned, blueprints scattered. "What?" Michael stepped up. "You got Mom's money, you profited. Pay up." Profited? I'd cared for her unpaid for years. "That's mine," I said, my voice tight. "I owe nothing." Emma smirked. "You're killing us. Just pay." I laughed, bitter. "You got nothing. Leave." Dad's face reddened. "You're no brother." The words cut, sharp and raw. I pointed to the door. "Out." They didn't stop. Mom mailed a letter, typed, formal. "Lucas, your actions harmed the family. Pay $200,000 or we'll sue for mismanagement." Mismanagement? I'd saved Mom from debt. I sent it to Ethan. "They're bluffing," he said, "but we'll counter." My apartment felt small, Boston's wind rattling the windows. They weren't just greedy, they were desperate, clinging to a fantasy where I'd cave. I checked my bank. $200,000 of the inheritance safe, the rest in Mom's house. But for how long? Ethan called a week later, his voice sharp. "Lucas, we hit something big." My pulse spiked. "What?" He explained. Emma had used my name to secure a $50,000 loan for a business venture that flopped. Michael co-signed, emailing the bank. "Lucas backs this." They'd lied, banking on my reputation. Ethan had proof, loan documents, emails, bank records, a text from Emma to Tom. "Lucas's name seals the deal." I felt sick, my hands clenching. They hadn't just demanded Mom's money, they'd gambled my name. I needed more. I called Uncle Paul, Dad's brother, the one relative who hadn't turned on me. We met at a bar in Southie, neon lights buzzing, the air thick with beer. "Lucas," he said, stirring his drink, "Emma's venture's a disaster. They're broke, betting on your money to save them." My jaw tightened. "Save them? With Mom's legacy?" "Your dad's torn," Paul sighed. "He knows they're wrong but can't let go." I thanked him, my mind racing. Emma wasn't just entitled, she was reckless, and they'd let her risk everything. I sat in my office, Boston's skyline dark, blueprints scattered. Sophie stopped by, bringing coffee. "They're imploding," she said, blunt. "You've got evidence, use it." I nodded, a mix of fear and fire. "I will, but it's gotta hit hard." Ethan was prepping a lawsuit. I moved the $200,000 to a trust, untouchable. I planned a family meeting at Dad's house. Old furniture, Mom's photos, 20 relatives. They'd think I was compromising. Wrong. I'd expose their greed, honor Mom's will. The meeting was set for a Sunday evening. Dad's living room crowded, the air heavy with tension. Emma swept in, her coat flashy, smirking. Michael sat stiffly, his eyes cold. Dad looked weary, his hands folded. Uncle Paul gave a cautious nod. Aunt Linda fidgeted, her pearls gleaming. The vibe was tense, relatives whispering. Emma started, her voice sharp. "Lucas, share the money." Michael echoed. "It's only fair." Fair? They ditched Mom. I stood, my laptop open, my heart pounding, but my voice steady. "Mom chose me," I said, clicking a slide. Emma's email. "No time for Mom. They neglected her." Dad gasped, his mug trembling. I showed Michael's text. "We'll sue him." They schemed. I played Emma's recording. Her voice, cold. "Lucas was there. We didn't need to be." "They lied," I said, showing Lisa's post. "Lucas stole the estate." Sophie spoke up. "Rachel trusted Lucas alone." Emma screamed, "You're twisting it." Twisting? I showed hospital logs, my visits, their absence. I cared for her. I closed with Mom's will, to Lucas, for his love. "I'm keeping it all," I said. The room erupted, phones filming, while Lucas keeps inheritance trending online. Relatives grilled Emma, Michael fled, Tom trailing, his face red. My post went viral, 400,000 views in hours. Siblings' greed exposed, with their emails, texts, neglect. Friends messaged, shocked. Lisa deleted her posts, shamed. The fallout was instant. Emma's real estate deals tanked, clients bailing after the post. Michael lost his consulting gigs, his family man image gone. Lisa faced backlash for her lies. Emma emailed, "Lucas, I'm sorry, we were desperate." Sorry? They'd ignored Mom. I ignored her. Lisa DM'd, "I was wrong, Lucas. Forgive me." Forgive? She'd hurt Mom's memory. I blocked her. My life soared. Anna gave me a raise for a $5 million condo project, the office buzzing. "You're a pro," she said. I invested half of Mom's estate in my firm, half in a charity in her name. Sophie hugged me at a bar. "You honored Rachel." Honored? I lived her truth. Dad visited, proud. "You did right?" Right. I was Mom's son. Mia, a journalist I met at a charity event 33, brought light to my life. "You fought for what's right," she said, her smile warm. Right? I was free. Emma's last try was a blog post. "Lucas stole our share." Stole? They'd neglected Mom. It flopped. Readers commented, "You abandoned her." Lisa's final email begged, "Help Emma." Help? Their greed was their end. Emma and Michael faded, their lies dust. I didn't gloat, much. They earned it. Mia and I stood in my garden, Boston's lights glowing. "You kept Mom's heart alive," she said, her hand in mine. Alive? I lived her truth. Emma and Michael thought they'd bully me, steal her legacy, win. They taught me, duty beats greed. I didn't just keep the inheritance, I built a future. Mia, Sophie, Dad, my spark, my home, my truth. I'm Lucas Brooks, architect, son, boundless, and I wouldn't change a thing.